Alright, welcome to the Hiking Zaddies podcast. We've got Josh in town now. There's a lot going on in the world, so we thought we'd give everyone our 2 cents about the Gaza part. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing Gaza. No, we're going to talk about something way more important. Things that dads... I mean, mine was tailored to my own dad. We'll see how you go with your dad.
I'm sure it covers most dads as well.
Yeah. But what dads think is girly. Things that dads think are girly.
That probably aren't really that girly.
Well, yeah, they're quite weird things to put a gender on.
Yeah.
To genderize, is that a word?
Yeah, to genderize, yeah.
Yeah. Because we've got a dog bouncing a ball in the background. Yeah, should we just get straight into it?
Yeah, we can do that. How have you been, though? What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been good. There's a rally on tomorrow about the Gaza thing. I haven't been to any protests yet for this specific war, but I have been in the past to a few Palestine rallies, and I've taken my time to go to these protests recently because the last time I went, it got pretty. There was an energy of like, fuck the others, instead of like a peace.
Very hostile as opposed to...
It was a bit hostile. It was like there's a chant that the Palestinians sing, which is from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And for a lot of people, that's a very peaceful thing. It's just like we free everyone.
Yeah.
It's a free place from the river to the sea. But there were some people that were using that as get rid of the Jews from the river to the sea.
Oh, like geographically.
We get rid of the Jews and it becomes Palestine again.
Yeah, right.
Which I was also like, that's just war. So I'll just... Thanks, Tess. What are you doing, mate? So yeah, I definitely wanted to do a lot more research about the whole thing before I started running around the city and lighting cars on fire. And I think I've done enough homework now to understand a lot of it. And I don't think it's a Jews versus Muslims thing. I think that's actually just been used for propaganda and just to fuel the war. There's like a divide between that. I actually think there's a lot more into it in terms of oil, gas, and a new canal. You know the Suez Canal?
Yes, I know of it.
So it's a man-made thing. I think Egypt, they nationalised it. I don't know when, but it used to be like a UK, France, European owned canal it pretty much links all of Asia, Australia, east of Africa.
Oh yeah, it runs from
India.
like the Mediterranean to the Indian.
Yeah, to the Indian Ocean. Yeah. So from the I don't know what sea it is, but anyway, it's pretty much the only highway for boats for shipping from the east to the west. Otherwise, you have to go all the way around Africa, like down below Madagascar, below South Africa, and then back up, which is completely ridiculous. So if you have the opportunity to make a man-made canal, it's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But obviously we saw how fragile that system is 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago when there was a ship that got jammed. And
I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah,
seeing it.
And pretty much shipping stopped between the east and the west for like 3 or 4 days or whatever it was. Yeah. And the global economy lost $900 million just from one ship just getting caught a little bit on the side.
Yeah.
But if you were a terrorist and you just wanted to fuck up the world a little bit, wouldn't that be like the easiest spot to just blow up the canal or something like that? But anyway, so I've been seeing these new plans that Israel want to do. They want to build a new canal, and guess where it goes through? Gaza.
Gaza.
So I think the way that they want to do it, and the way that they want to do this is to nuke. They want to nuke this whole section to create a canal. That's how they want to. They want to blow it up with nukes. It's fucking crazy.
That'll
It's the
be a
most.
deep canal.
Yeah, it's the most like America. This is obviously American backed. Israel is pretty much owned by America. America funded the shit out of Israel. Israel was created by UK and France when they got rid of the Ottoman Empire after World War One, 1917. And then they pretty much created countries. All these countries, Syria, Iraq. They've just created these. Before it was one big Turkish empire, Muslim empire, and the Arab empire. But then they created all these countries, and then after World War II, there was the Jew problem. There was the Jew problem was already a problem in the UK after World War One. They had a Jew problem where they didn't know where to put the Jews. How crazy is that? So the Jews have pretty much been a minority that have been completely pushed around Europe like no other minority. Like no one wants them. Literally everywhere they go, like Poland, Russia, they keep getting kicked out of wherever they go. And then they got into UK, and in World War One, UK had a Jew problem. They were like, all right, where are we going to put the Jews? And they got the rabbis, the local rabbis, all the elders, to go, okay, where do you want? I think there was a place, I forgot what country, but in Africa, somewhere deep in Africa, they were going to give them like a slice of Africa. Argentina, somewhere in Argentina, that was on the cards. It was like an island somewhere. And Palestine wasn't even on the cards for this because the rabbis said, no, we go back to the promised land when the Messiah comes back. The Messiah's not back yet, so we don't go back just yet.
Right.
So that Palestine wasn't on the cards yet, and then World War II happened. They just gave him Palestine for.
Right.
I mean, there's obviously other reasons about all this, but
Yeah.
they gave parts of Palestine, and the Palestinians were welcoming the Jews. Initially, yeah, boats of because 6 million of them had just been tortured and died, and so the whole world was like hurting for the Jews pretty much, and yeah, the Palestinians were very welcoming. There's like photos and videos of them holding signs as boats are coming in saying "We'll welcome you," because there was already a Jewish population there and they lived side by side, no worries.
Yeah, wow.
But Israel has turned into the fourth biggest military.
Yeah,
They're huge, aren't they?
pretty big and pretty. I feel like they're definitely in the top.
I think they're top
few.
because I'm pretty sure Thailand is up there.
Really?
I think Thailand's got a huge one. Russia, obviously, America, China, obviously would probably be the biggest. North Korea, even.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
But they're up there.
They're easily they're the most powerful country in the Middle East in terms of military, not in terms of money.
Yeah,
I don't think, but yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like they've got all the tech and all the gadgets and.
Yeah, but yeah, I found out about this canal that they're planning, which would open up. It would mean that America, Israel, UK, France. Because I was so confused as to why Australia, France, UK are so for Israel. 5,000 kids have died in the last 2 weeks in Palestine. It's like, how are we so for this? There's got to be some other reason. There's got to be money, obviously. The only reason why people would be okay with killing 5,000 babies would be for a large amount of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found out about this canal. I'll do a full video on it, but
Yeah, wow. That'll be interesting.
yeah. But anyway, other than that, I'm alright.
Aside from the devastating war zone on the other side of the world, I'm doing just fine.
Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
What about you,
I'm
mate?
excited to hear what you come up with in your next episode.
Yeah, so you got a big event on tomorrow?
Big event, Kiss and Tell
At the Gasso?
at the Gasso. Yeah, I'm excited. Gasso's quite an iconic and established venue in Melbourne, so it'll be nice to do something small there and just dance with our friends. It's a great venue, good weather. It's it's a good way to.
So there's a good outdoor bit there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They open the roof up. It's
Oh,
like
sick.
it's like an observatory sort of thing.
Yeah, sick.
Two
Yeah, that'd be
levels. It's nice and small as well, so it, like creates a good atmosphere. You only need 100, 200 people to make it feel like a good party. So
Is there multiple stages or just the one?
We're just doing one.
Yep.
You can do a couple. I think you can even do up to 3. But yeah, no, we're just doing one tomorrow, and
Keep it intimate.
yeah, it should be a nice day out. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing for me at the moment. I'm not doing much. Haven't worked in 5 months.
Really?
Yeah, since
Holy
I did my
shit.
knee. Since I did my knee, I haven't worked. I've been doing like uni and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's
And your internship's online.
internships online. It's all very, very easy, so to speak. But it's yeah. No, I'm not doing much.
Yeah.
Just trying to get my knee right, get my uni done, and have a bit of fun in the process.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah.
Sweet. All right, so things dads think are girly. So my dad is my boss at work. We're both stonemasons. And dad's philosophy on most things is just to harden up. Like a couple of weeks ago, I had my head, like we were both trying to fit a stone in, and I had my head like close to the stone, and he just grabs a hammer without warning me. He just starts smacking the shit out of this thing, but it's like metal on metal, so there's a lot of noise, and it's gone straight into my eardrum. I've gone, fucking hell, mate, are you serious? Like, give me a little bit of warning. I've told Dad I have to wear earphones in at all times because it's got noise cancelling, and when any sharp sounds happen, it cancels them out automatically.
Oh yeah.
So that's even when I don't have the noise cancelling, when I'm smashing a hammer, it cancels that noise out. So it's really good for your ears.
Yeah.
Even if you're not listening to music, I have to have them in just for precaution in case my dad starts bashing something next to my head. And he literally turns to me and goes, well, just harden up. I'm like, your eardrum is not a muscle. And it's made me realise that most of the other dudes on site, they all kind of think similarly. That you can just kind of push through a lot of things, and that when you actually take the time to look after yourself, it's a little bit gay, a little bit feminine, it's a bit girly.
Seems to be a common thread amongst tradies, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially in Australia. It's such a, I mean, probably in the whole world, but it's because like they're literally cutting themselves every day. They're smashing their fingers up. Like,
I know, it's quite ironic that they're the ones that have these jobs that are destroying their bodies,
and they don't believe in health
and they don't
or recovery.
Yeah, it's a very funny situation.
Yeah, and like it's always, I pretty much bent my finger all the way back last year. I tried to dive for a frisbee with the dog at the park.
Oh yeah,
and I landed my finger and I bent it all the way back. And I called Dad going, I think I might have to take a couple of days off. Like my finger's black. Like I need to go to like a hospital and get it checked out. And he called me. So before I even said that, he had said, "Oh, this other guy at work, he's also a dog accident. He's just got a Great Dane puppy, and the Great Dane ran into his leg and broke his leg in 3 places."
Oh.
There's another guy at work, and so Dad calls me. I was like, "Oh fuck, this is annoying. Fucking Yura's broken his leg. You know, we're down a man for work. You know, we're under the pump." And then, you know, broken leg in 3 places. And then I go,
I bruised my finger.
I hurt my finger. Can I take a day off work? He goes, "No, mate, you're fucking coming to work." And so my finger did not, look at that. It did not.
Yeah. It's still
I needed it.
very...
So that's a lesson, to not listen to your dad. If you need to go to the hospital, you go to the hospital. Because I don't know if the camera can... My finger's fucked.
Yeah. It looks like it's got some scar tissue in there or something.
Yeah, not good.
No.
But yeah, other things that dads think are girly. We do have a list.
Yeah, we started a list.
Moisturizer.
Yeah, that's a big one. Dads just seem to think there's nothing more feminine than smooth skin.
Smooth skin, yeah. Your skin's got to be rough.
Yeah.
It's got to be rugged.
Yeah.
It's got to be harsh. It can't be nice to touch. If something's not... If someone's skin is too nice, it's feminine.
Yeah.
It's a feminine thing to have nice skin.
Yeah.
So it's a masculine thing to have
Yeah.
rough.
Just a bit of grit.
Bit of grit.
I just it reminds me of like it must stem from the olden days when obviously the men were all the working
Yeah.
working class and everything was very labor intensive.
Yeah.
But I just imagine like dads that have smooth skin, like acting like pigs and just rolling around in the dirt just to try and build up their reputation because they've got smooth skin. Like all their friends tease them for having smooth skin.
Yeah. They got to roughen
You're
it
a
up.
bloody smooth skinner. And so like when he's at home, he's just in the backyard, just rolling around, just doing anything to rough his skin up.
Yeah, pretty much. Just with sandpaper in the back.
Yeah, doing anything to get their friends' approval.
Yeah. My dad always said you can tell a good priest from a bad priest, and this has nothing to do with pedophilia. But just I'm just gonna say that by good priest he means someone that like actually is out in the field helping out like poor neighborhoods and stuff like that, or like building houses in the favelas of Brazil. Like that's a good priest.
Yeah.
While a shit priest is just someone who just gets pissed all day and just does sermons once a week and then just like gets money at tax free and just like sits back and does absolute fuck all.
Binges on the holy bread and
that's it. But he reckons that you can tell a good priest from a bad priest by their handshake and how smooth their skin is. If they've got like rough skin, like a proper handshake with like calluses and stuff, it's like, oh, this man's been building houses in the Philippines. While the soft skin's probably been in the Philippines for other reasons.
So have the dads got a point then?
That could, like,
it's
there's
validating it.
It's all, yeah. But times are changing now. You can be a man and never build a house in your life.
Oh yeah, it's very.
But 50 years ago, to be a man or like a helpful man around town, you would probably be having to do some labor intensive stuff. That'd be your calling. Probably be you got to pick up those stones.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, most jobs were labor intensive. Everything's robots, and we just need people to run the business side of things.
Yeah, to press the buttons. Yeah. All right, moisturizer. Looking in the mirror.
Yeah. That's couldn't count on two hands the number of times I've looked in the mirror at myself, or my brothers have looked in the mirror at themselves, and Dad will just say, "What are you looking in the mirror for? What are you looking at?"
Yeah, legit.
It's
I get told off.
Yeah.
Don't be so vain is what you would always say.
Yeah.
Why are you so vain? Stop being so vain. It's like I'm literally just seeing. Like, I don't know, there's chicks at my school. Like, in primary school, I'm like, fuck, I'm in love with, like...
Yeah, we care about our appearance. Yeah, it's...
But also, I totally understand when the whole straightening hair thing came around. Yeah. That would have been really hard for dads in Australia all round to see their sons straightening their hair. Like, the dump... Because, like, at the time, you kind of had to do it.
Yeah.
But, like, looking back, fuck, they were bad haircuts. Like...
Oh, yeah. I don't know, when could people start straightening their hair? Because
I remember the first time I ever straightened my hair was year 6 camp. I went to the girls' dorm and they were all straightening hair, and then they straightened my hair and they said, "Oh my god, you look cute." I was like, "Oh my god, I need to straighten my hair for the rest of my life."
I need to do this every day.
Girls didn't get the girls back then.
No.
Yeah,
Mum tried to get me to eat my crust by saying the crust will give you curls, but
I
stopped eating my crust. It's like, fuck that, I don't want curly hair. I want like a cool, like, straight fringe.
Like Justin Bieber.
Oh, that was tragic.
Yeah, that was tragic. So the dads were right on that one. That's two. We validated dad twice.
This isn't going the way we anticipated. Maybe the dads have a point. Yeah.
But yeah, even like looking in the mirror and just popping a pimple or something, like it's not up to you. It's a very feminine thing to pop pimples. But you see it in monkeys. You would never really see a male monkey.
Yeah, they pick ticks and stuff.
Yeah. Would it be mostly females, do you reckon?
Probably.
Every time I've seen monkeys, it looks like the mums, like the kids that come along picking out all the bugs and shit.
Or like the big gorilla has got like the mum's like hanging off the back.
Yeah.
Just like, he's just there like.
Don't bite that ball.
What are you doing, Tess? Up to no good. Nah. Sit. Sit.
What's your code again?
Oh, my birthday. You got that so wrong.
I always forget you and Jack
When do you think my birthday is?
13th of March, apparently. Jack's March.
That's my
You're
boss.
you're
Jack's-
April.
Yeah, I'm 9th of April. Jack's 28th of March.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Different.
Just going to the gym in general.
Mm.
Again, a vanity thing. Too many mirrors.
Yeah, too many mirrors.
Too
in
many
the gym.
mirrors.
Yeah. Too many mirrors in the gym.
If you look at yourself, it's feminine.
Yeah. Yeah, there does seem to be a bit of that
Self-care.
common trend. Yeah.
Self-care or
Self-care.
just self anything.
Yeah.
Anything for the self.
Which is probably why we've ended up with a mental health problem.
Holy shit, yeah.
Because for years we've just suppressed the idea of self-care.
Of self-care, looking in the mirror, just looking after yourself. The gym is self-care. I mean, the gym can go too far and you can become completely obsessed with your body.
Yes. Yeah, you can definitely go too far, as you can with anything.
Yeah.
It's yeah. It's good for a habit. It's not great for an obsession.
Yeah.
I think it's good to be obsessed with the gym, but as soon as it starts,
But it reaches a limit. Not in terms of the amount that you can go, but in how big you can get.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
and that's the issue with it, is that there's a ceiling for everyone, and once people reach that ceiling and they stop progressing, they need to progress further,
Yeah.
and that's when steroids and things like that come into play, and
Yeah.
that's
fuck.
when it gets out of hand. And
Yeah. And
people
then
destroy
I
their
agree, it does
hormones.
get a little bit too girly. Not girly.
That's when it gets girly. Yeah, as soon as you start taking testosterone, that's feminine.
That's feminine.
That's
as.
feminine energy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's feminine energy. Well, the balls shrink as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're losing testosterone. Are they
literally-
losing testosterone?
Well,
They're losing sperm count. We know
you can
that.
only produce so much testosterone, and so people supplement with testosterone to try and
Fuck.
grow more.
Jesus Christ.
But then once you do that, your body loses the ability to produce it itself without the need for an injection or
Fuck, man. Don't
and
do
that's when
steroids.
balls shrink, the voice goes really high, and like it's just about like I don't know. I hear people like say that if you do like little like I don't know. I know nothing about testosterone supplements, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
No. All right, Jim. What's next?
Gym. Yoga.
Yeah,
Is,
yoga or just stretching in general.
Yeah.
Like I'll stop every hour or 2 hours and just do like a good stretch for about 30 seconds just to make sure
that's
my
a good
back.
habit. That's a
Yeah,
good habit.
especially in the mornings. Like I'll get down, touch my toes, and just try to loosen everything up. I'll be the only one on site to ever do that.
You do this at work.
Yeah, I do it at work. But like before you pick up a stone, I'll be like, all right, first thing in the morning, it's 12 degrees, and they go to pick up a massive stone. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, hold on a second, let me just
That can't be good. for
limber
you.
up a little bit. I don't want my vertebrae just get squashed down over
Yeah.
years. I kind of
Yeah.
because you can men shrink, and it's because they just keep lifting shit. Like tradies,
Yeah.
they end up shrinking. They're
Compressing their spine.
compressing their spine, literally
Yeah.
just squashing those discs.
Yeah. Yeah, come to think of it, when I was working in the factory before I did my knee, I was, because it's not very labour intensive, but you're on your feet the whole time, and I'd always just find I get stiff hammies, and like I'd do that. I'd sort of just hang and like try to touch
just
my
hang.
toes.
Yeah.
I'd do like lunges to like get my quads and
Yeah.
hammies. So yeah, it's a good point.
Mm.
It's but yeah, for some reason it's
Gay.
just it's seen as very, very girly. But like you yoga a lot.
Yeah,
Is
I yoga heaps. I've been
is-
yogaing for
Is yoga a verb?
to yogi.
Oh,
You
yeah.
become a yogi.
Can you yoga?
Yeah, is it
Or
yoga?
do you do yoga?
Go
you
to
do.
yoga. I just go to yoga.
You go
And
to
then
yoga.
I do yoga.
You yoga at your yoga.
Yeah, what's the verb for yoga? To yog?
To yoga. You yoga. Yeah, sorry, you yoga a lot.
I yog heaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, when I started, I was probably one of 3 boys out of maybe like 25 people in a room, and now it's grown to more like, I think there's probably more 10 boys per class now.
Yeah, okay.
So it's definitely getting better. But
Yeah.
at the start, it was like 100%. Like
Very female dominated.
yeah, and even the girls would kind of be like surprised that boys would be there. Yeah, and we're obviously all boyfriends that have been dragged along. But then I just got so into it that I'd be going without Vic, like a lot. Like I'd definitely do it more than Vic at times.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love it. It's so good, and I don't know. You feel good. You feel stretched. You feel.
Oh, it has to be good for you.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I mean, do I feel less masculine? I love the feminine energy in a yoga room though. Like you're surrounded by chicks, and it's just quiet. No one's looking around. No one cares. Everyone's just so deep in their own self-care. Everyone's just worried about themselves. It's a self thing. Because yoga, you can, in a class, you could easily just pull out of any move and just go back down to child's pose or something.
Own thing.
You do your own thing. It's your practice. While like
cool.
at soccer training or something like that, that would be like you are not allowed to do something that no one else is doing.
Yeah.
Like you have to be like the team does everything together. And then going from that for my whole life into a yoga studio where you can just do whatever you want. The teacher's there just to guide you if you want.
Yeah.
It's just a guide. Yeah, to be able to do whatever you want. That was a full flip, and I love it.
Yeah. It's very interesting. It's sort of like, I guess it is very natural to women or the female gender to be more self-aware and more internal and conscious of their wellness.
Yeah.
And they probably place more importance on that than males do, based on stereotypical gender roles.
Yeah. So it must be a feminine thing.
Probably comes from a feminine place.
And then,
but it's good that we're catching on to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You. That's the thing. You can be a boy. All boys have a feminine side. There's feminine and it's yin and yang, feminine and masculine.
Just an interplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, and then like more girls are also diving into their masculine side. We've got more like everyone's playing footy now. All the girls are playing footy now.
Yeah. Big time.
Which is like team sport. Do you reckon teamwork is masculine? Just from the days of hunting and that sort of thing?
Yeah, probably.
Like you're going out, you're trying to hunt a bison for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
With the boys. Like you're running for 30 Ks a day. And then, all right, you go that way, I'll go this way.
Yeah, it could be.
Like since hunter-gatherer times, it's probably been a masculine thing. Like teamwork is masculine. Yeah. And then... Yeah, and then the feminine side is just
team care.
Yeah.
Probably more like,
looking after each other, looking after ourselves, like.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I like that. What else have we got down here? Anything pink, obviously.
Yeah, pink. All right, let's talk about the color pink.
Yeah, that is
it's just a color.
It's a color that has been
made into
assigned
feminine
to a gender.
So a color is a frequency.
Yes.
So where is it in the rainbow scale? Red.
Yeah.
Orange, but pink's at the top. So purple's at the top.
Yeah.
Would pink?
But I don't think pink is really in.
It's not even in the rainbow, is it? Oh wait, it would have to be.
Well,
what frequency
I'm not
is
a
it?
physics person, but it would be a combination of red and white. Red and lack of light. So like a pale red. Like red but less amplitude.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Or is it like an indigo-y violet? What is I've always wondered what is the difference between indigo and violet?
I think indigo's more blue.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Indigo.
it's more blue, and then violet's
purple.
nearly red.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going back to red.
Yeah, it's that deep, deep purple colour.
Mm.
Yeah, true. I did read something today because I saw that on your list and I was like, I wonder what the meaning of that is. And I found this article about apparently pink was originally assigned to boys.
Mm. What?
Yeah.
When? This is a conspiracy.
I will tell you in a second.
Well, then Hitler changed it to female or something. Pol Pot changed it.
Flipped everything on its head. Pink and blue were not gender signifiers until after World War One.
What?
Before
Oh yeah, because
that-
we've got gender reveals now as well. Pink and blue.
Yeah, well, before that, babies were just dressed in white. That was classic. And I feel like it still sort of is. But a lot of babies are dressed in white for, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Purity.
Yeah.
Innocence.
Clothing was... In late June 1918, when a ladies' home journal published an article claiming that the generally accepted rule is pink for boys and blue for girls. Because at the time, the colour pink, which was associated with the colour red, was considered too harsh for girls. And they wanted girls associated with a colour such as the sky and daylight.
Oh. So they wanted more lighter colours. So red was too dark. They wanted.
Yeah, I guess
they wanted a
mixed it.
lighter energy.
Yeah.
Sky, like, are they talking about like sunrises and sunsets and stuff?
Yeah, maybe. But it doesn't really say much.
What year did you say? 1918.
Yeah.
So straight after World War One.
World War One.
Where's this, in America? This is weird.
This is weird. Yeah, US. So tall parents, yes. Yeah, New York, Cleveland, Chicago, all these department stores had pointed out in Time magazine printing a chart that had sex appropriate colours for girls and boys. But then in the 40s, manufacturers went the opposite direction. Honestly, it doesn't really say anything.
Right.
It's
Alright,
just
but
saying that
there's-
department stores were basically responsible for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah,
Wait, what's
they
it? What's a department store?
like just big clothing stores.
Just closed Big W
yeah,
or whatever came
yeah,
up.
all those sort of like.
So they're
big
in charge of
gauge,
boys being blue and girls being pink.
Essentially,
Mm.
it is
'Cause-
weird though.
'cause
Because we associate colours with a gender.
Yeah, just a frequency with a gender.
Mm.
Yeah, that is strange. Yeah, because growing up, if mum like picked out a pink socks or something like that, I wouldn't wear it.
Mm.
I'd be like, no, that's
Yeah,
Barbie's
Big
pink.
time. Big time.
It's fine. Yeah, I wouldn't drink out of a pink cup.
Yeah, yeah.
How crazy
true.
is that?
That is, yeah, that was a big one. Pink cup, you'd be like, oh no, Zach can have that. Yeah, 100%.
That's great. That's so much indoctrination from like so quickly. Like
Yeah.
you're only 2-3 years old and you already know that pink is gay.
Yeah. Oh God, that is shocking. That really is shocking. What else have we got in here?
You really realize how homophobic you were growing up, just being a kid. Like actually the word homophobic, like you were actually scared of being gay,
Yeah.
of looking gay,
Yeah.
of looking feminine.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a fear. It's a phobia.
Yeah, big time.
Homophobia.
Yeah, big time. It was very like, yeah, you didn't
I'm not
want to
gay.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, like my brother. Oh yeah, he's
Throwing like a girl. Like that was the biggest insult when you were in
Yes.
primary school. You throw
100%.
like a girl.
Yeah, that's an insult.
Yeah.
It was an insult. It was It's funny because I would say my dad kind of thinks that he's quite proud of us three boys and three girls in the family. and all the boys are, quite macho, quite masculine. Looking at us three though, we are so not that masculine. My brother grew up dancing ballet.
Yeah, that's right.
Luke's quite feminine, I would say. I don't know. He's soft.
Just not, yeah.
And then I'm doing yoga. I'm embracing my feminine side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Dad has a feminine side too.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a feminine side.
100%.
Yeah. So the most homophobic people will have a full feminine side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just becoming more acceptable to
It's good.
be in touch with it.
It's more comfortable. It's nice.
100%.
Yeah, hygiene would be another one.
Yeah, that comes down to the self-care thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just self-care. Yeah, my dad would bully me for reading a self-help book.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need that for? Like, you're fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're okay. You're fine. It's like, I know, but you can improve.
You can improve. There's nothing wrong with anything unless you want to fix it.
Yeah. Is there anything else on that list that's interesting? Or
There's a few. What else? Meditation comes into that yoga and
yeah. Going within. Yeah, it's all about the self.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a very, very common theme.
Yeah, mirrors. It's just reflection.
Band-aids.
Band-aids, yeah, this one's a good one.
Band-aids.
Yeah, so Dad thinks at work, like if someone cuts themselves, he'll just grab some dust, some lime dust, and just like throw it in the cut to just stop the blood, which does work, but then
it's a good way to get an infection.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're throwing just absolute just dirt, but straight bacteria straight into your cut. But yeah, if anyone on site would see me like cleaning out a wound and like putting saline on a wound and then like nicely bandaging it up, it's like you're wasting time.
You're wasting time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's self-care again. Like, stop caring for yourself.
Stop caring for yourself.
Stop
yeah,
caring.
like wearing gloves. I get told constantly not to wear gloves. Like, why do you wear gloves? Like, you don't know what's going on. Like, you can't feel stuff.
Yeah, right.
Which is so. It doesn't make sense at all because their hands are so roughed up that they can't feel anything anyway.
Yeah.
Their hands are.
Yeah.
They've turned their hands into gloves.
Just big calluses.
Big calluses. Like my dad puts his hand in. He put his hand in hydraulic acid the other day.
What?
I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure that's acid. Yeah, be careful with that. He's like, oh, we'll test it. He puts his hand in it. It's like, no, it's not. It's got a little bit in it, but it should be alright. What the fuck are you doing? Go clean your hands.
Dip a finger.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's
man.
hilarious.
That's crazy.
Imagine it was like fucking full concentrate sulfuric acid.
Like,
just
seriously.
melts his finger off.
Exactly.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, it's just self-help. Self-help.
It's all self-help. Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. Yeah, there you go.
Earmuffs. Lip balm. Stretching. Oh, this is a good one. Not having beers at work meetings.
Yeah, so
or just in any situation really.
In
Not having a beer.
yes, any boys being around. So yeah, that context is work meetings for our company, like the co-op work meetings. I think they have one every month on a Friday. But if they go to the pub to have this meeting, and they'll get through about 3 things that they need to talk about. They've got a list of like 10 important things, and then everyone's had 2 beers already, and then they're just like talking about something else. So nothing ever gets done at these meetings, but it's also, you can't be trusted if you don't have a beer in your hand. It's like the weirdest thing.
Such a strange dynamic.
But yeah, I guess out of that context, a bunch of boys hanging out, if we're not drinking alcohol, do you reckon that would be a bit weird? Or like wouldn't even happen?
Well, even I think
you can have a beer at every opportunity.
I think it's even just not having a beer. Like you could be having like a gin and tonic, or
right?
like a glass
the actual
of
beer,
wine.
the drink itself.
What are you drinking that shit for?
Yeah.
Because it fucking tastes good.
Yeah. Ciders, very girly.
Yeah.
Anything pink, obviously.
Anything pink. Dude, the pink cocktails, they're always the best.
100%. They're always
the
so
best.
good.
They are always just that much better.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, weird thing. My dad thinks Poof Tuff's gay. No.
So weird. But again, great club.
Great club,
One
great
of
music.
the best in Melbourne.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so at the end of the day, there's actually nothing negative about girly things.
No. Which is
That's what we figured out.
Yeah. That's probably where we thought it was going, but we just needed to break it down for everyone.
Yeah.
Show you why.
That's about it.
But yeah,
Nice.
that was a good pod.
Good pod.
That's funny.